This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope you all are doing well. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is a platform where we'll come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. If you guys haven't already, I encourage you to hit the like button, and after you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button. All right, guys? We're this close away from 17,000 subscribers and this close away from 20,000 subscribers. So let's go. Let's continue the journey. Let's make the progression and continue the growth. Okay, guys? So if you guys haven't already, please hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And you know, there are some great contents yesterday in relation to Malik Mothersill, updates with him, Jojo Lombardo, updates with him as well, Bailey as well. So I encourage you to check out those videos as well. Yesterday, there was also a preview as well into the Jamaica versus Canada game, which is scheduled for tomorrow at 3 o'clock Jamaica time. Also, a video was done on Sunday in relation to Jamaica winning trophies. What is Jamaica's record like winning trophies? What are the occasions that Jamaica have won trophies? You know, because trophies, certainly for us, we're looking to ensure that we make that a habit. Jamaica in the 2023-2024 CONCACAF Nations League against certain opponents, what's the record is like, and also information of former players and what has been happening there. Jamaica's record at the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship, what minute do Jamaica's most frequently scoring at the Gold Cup, 2 Reggae Girls nominated for Player of the Year awards, an interview with Brandon Kova. So quite a bit of content for you guys to catch up on this public holiday for you guys to be able to catch up on. So after you watch this video, you have a lot of content to be able to indulge in. All right. So look forward to seeing you guys comment on those videos and also like them as well. And of course, hit the subscribe button as well. Okay. So last week, Tuesday, CONCACAF released and launched the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index and the CONCACAF League Ranking Index. Now, the League Ranking Index, a video was done yesterday in relation to the respective leagues that are in CONCACAF, right? The leagues that are in CONCACAF and ranking them based on their points and where they are in terms of the CONCACAF region by extension. Now, as you know, in CONCACAF, there are 41 member associations in CONCACAF right now. So that tells you information about the teams that are within the region, right? So that's 41 member associations. And in relation to those 41 member associations, it's the Mexican League, Liga MX, that's number one, MLS number two, and the Jamaica Premier League 10th right now, the top league in the Caribbean based on the CONCACAF League Rankings Index. Now, what we're going to look at right now is the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. Brown Bear says, bless up, Simon. Bless up. How are you? I hope you're doing well. So right now on your screen, what you are going to see is the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. That's right, the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. So the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index, what you're going to see is information of which Jamaican club is the highest, who is the highest Caribbean club, and which 8 Jamaica Premier League clubs are in the top 150 of the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. Okay, so that's what we're going to break down right now. But to keep you guys up to date with things, Monterrey out of Mexico, they're number one in the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. Club America number two, the highest ranked Major League Soccer team, that will be LAFC. That's right, the defending champions of the MLS Cup. Guadalajara of Mexico, they're fourth. In fact, if you look at the top 10, only 2 teams outside of Mexico are in the top 10, and that's LAFC and Philadelphia Union. But it's great to have a club in Philadelphia Union, which has Damian Lowe and Andre Blake, 2 Jamaicans, part of a team that are ranked in the top 10 of the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. So we're very happy to have this as well. That we have a team, 2 Jamaicans, Andre Blake, and also Damian Lowe, part of this index. Cruz Azul, they are 10th in this index. Club Santos Laguna, they're 11th. The next club that you say will have some Jamaican, you could say, involvement in things. New York Red Bulls, they're 21st in the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. They have Corey Burke, Corey Burke is there at that club. So what about, let's go to the hundreds now, because we have a lot of clubs from Central America in this region, a couple of Canadian clubs, Panamanian, Costa Rican, Guatemalan clubs. The highest ranked Caribbean team is Arcahai from Haiti. That's right, Arcahai from Haiti. And to make things a little bit easier, it's actually Violet from Haiti. That's number one. Cibao of the Dominican Republic, they're second. Arcahai of Haiti, they're third. Mount Pleasant Academy, fourth. Okay, Mount Pleasant Academy, they're the 4th highest ranked club in the Caribbean and the highest ranked Caribbean team in the CONCACAF Club Rankings Index. So, which 8 Jamaica Premier League teams are ranked in the top 50 of the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index? Well, we're going to look at that right now. Mount Pleasant Academy, Waterhouse, Cavalier, Arnett Gardens, and Beholden, Harborview, Portmore United, Humble Lion. Those 8 clubs are top 8 Jamaican clubs are in the top 150 of the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. Jamaican clubs are not in the top 150. Tivoli Gardens, 152 in this index. Montego Bay United, 157. Maligned United, 158. Veer United, 159. Falkland, 169. FC Chapelton Maroons, 170. The Chapelton Maroons, 170th in this index. And I know people would say, how much clubs are in this index? Because it's not every single club. So, for example, a team that plays in the 3rd tier, like Constant Spring FC, is not in this index, if you understand what I mean. But this is the top 184 clubs within CONCACAF. These are the top 184 clubs within CONCACAF. Internacional of Belize, they're at the foot of this table at 184th in this index, okay? Verdes of Belize, used to be Hankook Verdes, the top Belizean club. You have Chapatin Maroons higher than a few Nicaraguan clubs, a few Trinidadian clubs, and a few Belizean clubs. Same as well for Falkland FC as well, who are ranked higher than a few teams from Nicaragua, Trinidad, and also Belize as well. So that tells us everything right there. And again, for those of you that just tuned in late, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for tuning into this video in particular. Now, to catch you up to speed with things in relation to Caribbean clubs, this is where we are. And to make life a little bit easier, these are the top ranked Jamaican clubs. So the highest ranked Jamaican club in the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index, Mount Pleasant Academy. So basically they're ranked number 1 in Jamaica based on the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. Waterhouse, 106th in the CONCACAF region, but second in Jamaica. Cavalier, third in Jamaica, but 108th within the CONCACAF Club Ranking Index. Arnett Gardens, fourth, and they are 111th. So if you look at the final 4 teams that remain in the Jamaica Premier League, you have Mount Pleasant Academy, Cavalier, Arnett Gardens, and Harbour View. So Dunbeholden and Waterhouse, yeah, they're not in the semifinals, but they are ranked within the top 5 as it stands. Dunbeholden 126, but 5th within Jamaica. Harbourview ranked 6th within Jamaica. Portmore United 7th within Jamaica. Humble Lion 8th within Jamaica. Tivoli Gardens 9th within Jamaica. Montego United 10th within Jamaica. Alliance United 11th within Jamaica. Very United 12th within Jamaica. Falkland 13th within Jamaica. And Chapelton Maroons 14th within Jamaica. Let's look at the quality points. If you look at the quality points right now, you'll see that Mount Pleasant Academy and Waterhouse have the same quality points. But you would expect that by the end of the Jamaica Premier League season, especially from Mount Pleasant Academy's standpoint, that some changes would be made here, especially after their performance defeating Dunbeholden to advance from the quarterfinals to the semifinals of the Jamaica Premier League as well. And also with the performances of Cavalier as well being in the semifinals already and Arnett Gardens being within the semifinals already, you'll definitely see some improvement in relation to quality points for these teams as well, also making progression as well. So I expect Cavalier and Arnett Gardens to be within the top 3 quite soon at the end of the Jamaica Premier League season. So there will be adjustments in this system, this league, this format, so that you guys are up to speed with things as well. So again, it's Mount Pleasant Academy. They are first within Jamaica, but 105th in the region. Waterhouse 106, Cavalier 108, Arnett Gardens 111, Dunbeholden 126, Harbourview 132, Portmore 134, Humble Lions 137, Tivoli Gardens 152, Montego Bay United 157, Malines United 158, Vere 159, Falkland 169, and Chapelton Maroons 170. Now, what about teams, for an example, in the Canadian Premier League? In the Canadian Premier League, it's Forge FC that are the top Canadian team in the index at this point in time. All right, good. So let's now look at another league, shall we? Let's look at Major League Soccer. All right, and as we spoke already, Philadelphia Union, the second highest ranked team in the United States of America, and we know the Jamaican involvement that are part of this club in particular, with Damian Lowe, with Andre Blake as well. Nashville, they're number 3 within the United States. And the next in is the Seattle Sounders, they're 4th. Montreal, Canadian club, but they play in MLS, so they're 5th. New York City FC, they're 6th. FC Dallas 7th, New England Revolution 8th. New York Red Bulls, they're 9th in the United States of America. Portland Timbers 10th. Columbus Crew, 11th. Minnesota United, Orlando, and the lowest ranked team from Major League Soccer in this index would be Austin FC, and they're ranked 49th. They're ranked 49th in this index, so that you guys can know what's happening there, you know. Let's go to, for an example, the TT Pro League, right? The top ranked team is 107th. That is La Horqueta Rangers. And as we know, the top ranked in terms of Jamaican team, 105, 106. The top two Jamaican clubs higher than Trinidadian's top club. Violet of Haiti, first. Cibao of the Dominican Republic, second. Arcahai of Haiti, third. Mount Pleasant Academy of Jamaica, fourth. Waterhouse of Jamaica, fifth. That's the top five. That's the top five as it stands. Right, Malik Mill. So basically, the situation is that I know you guys are saying, whoa, Caribbean Cup is back, but not in international football. The Caribbean Cup is back, but in club football. And let me explain. So in 2017, the Caribbean Cup was dissolved as there's the introduction of the CONCACAF Nations League. The club competition has been called the CFU Club Championship since 1997. So what's going to happen now is that the CFU Club Championship is going to change its name and it's going to be now called the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Okay, it's going to be called the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. So that is what it is going to be called now. And the first edition is this year and it starts in April this year. Well, sorry, not April, August. August is when it's going to start. So you're going to have two tiers of this competition. You're going to have a CONCACAF Caribbean Shield and a CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Now, in the CONCACAF Caribbean Shield, which was introduced 5 years ago, what you're going to have is a tournament of 16 teams. And the 16 teams that take part in this tournament, the top two will qualify for the Caribbean Cup. Do we have a Jamaican club involved in this Caribbean Club Shield? Yeah, Waterhouse. So Waterhouse will be involved in August in St. Kitts and Nevis. In relation to the 2023 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup, you have the top three teams from the JPL last season. So Harbourview, Dunbeholden, Cavalier. These three clubs will take part in the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. August, 2 match days. September, 2 match days. October, 1 match day. Semifinals in late August. The final itself in November and December. Well, final and third place playoff in that time frame as well. So that's where things are, where this is concerned. All right. So additional commitments for these teams. And I know you might be saying, okay, there's going to be a CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Is there going to be a CONCACAF Central American Cup? Yes, there's going to be a CONCACAF Central American Cup, and that begins August 1 of this year. And you're going to have a similar situation like that. You're going to have teams that will have to go through the Central American Cup in order to qualify for the CONCACAF Champions League. So in the 2023 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup, what's going to happen is that the winner will qualify for the 2024 CONCACAF Champions League round of 16, while the second and third place teams will qualify to round 1. So if you win the Caribbean Cup, you'll head to the round of 16, but if you finish second or third, then you commence action in round 1 or the preliminaries of the competition itself. The CONCACAF Champions League next year, it'll feature 27 teams. You're going to have the Caribbean Cup winner, you're going to have the Central American Cup winner, you're going to have the Leagues Cup winner, which is basically a combination of teams from United States and Canada, and Liga MX playing against each other. And you're also going to have the Liga MX champion, Pachuca, last season, MLS Cup champion from this year. And the team that enter round 1, you'll have the Canadian champion from the CPL, the runners-up, and you'll also have the Canadian Premier League regular season champions. We spoke about the 2 berths for the Caribbean Cup, and you also have 5 berths from the Central American Cup. The runners-up, losing semi-finalists, and the play-in winners as well. The League's Cup, you will have two berths, a runner-up spot and also a third place spot. And Mexico by itself will have 5 spots. Guadalajara, Unal, Toluca, Monterrey, America. Major League Soccer, the Supporter Shield winner, the conference regular season champions, and the next best club in the 2023 Supporter Shield standings. And also there'll be a berth for the US Open Cup winner as well. So quite a bit of football to get through, especially in 2024. A lot of club football to be involved in, and grand opportunities for Jamaican clubs to be able to impress themselves on the regional stage. So we're looking forward to that. Yes, that is correct. Shamar, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. And I know many people will be wondering what's Jamaica's record like. What is Jamaica's record speaking in the CONCACAF Champions League? Well, the CONCACAF Champions League has been around for quite some time. We have to go back to the 60s to be able to, you know, break this down. But Jamaican clubs have participated in this competition, and Jamaican clubs have had good results within this competition as well. So there's a lot to be happy about from that sort of standpoint because Jamaican clubs have done well, have impressed, have made good impressions of themselves. You know, the last time a Jamaican club was in the CONCACAF Champions League was 2020 when we saw Portmore United take on Cruz Azul. Yep, that's right. Portmore United, they took on Cruz Azul. The first leg, remember when Ron D. Smith scored and then the Cruz Azul scored 2 late goals? Yeah, that was the first leg at the National Stadium. And then the second leg, Cruz Azul, was at the Azteca Stadium. So 2020 was the last time we had a Jamaican club in this competition. This was the round of 16 of the competition. Yeah, the round of 16. And Cruz Azul went on to the quarterfinals of this tournament. So that's a bit of insight into relation to those clubs in particular. And we know 2019, we had a Dominican club in there in Atletico Pantoja. The Dominican clubs like Cibao started to hold up their hands as well within this competition and strut their stuff, show their worth, what they're capable of. We also had Don Bosco, Central FC, also taking part within the competition as well. We have to go back to 2015, 2016, the previous time that we had Jamaican club within the CONCACAF Champions League as well. And that was the situation. Before I continue on with Montego Bay United, let me answer this question from Malik Mills. Can we change JPL's start time with the Champions League now starting in spring so that our teams are still heavy in competition matches? To be honest with you, Malik Mills, when I hear spring, fall, autumn, I don't know what month that is because I'm from Jamaica, and and it's easier to just say the month of the year. When I hear fall, spring, I don't know what month that is because in Jamaica we have 2 seasons, the rainy season and hot season. So if you give the specific month, that will give a bit more clarity on the matter of things. But what I'll say in relation to this is when you relation to start times, are you talking about the month that the league starts? Are you talking about start times like 3 o'clock, 3:30, that sort of thing? I'm not sure what you're referring to from that sort of standpoint. But yeah, that should give a bit more clarity on the matter in relation to those aspects of things, So that's what we can say there. So Montego Bay United, prior to Portmore United, were the last Jamaican club in the CONCACAF Champions League. They, despite finishing third in the CFU Club Championship, they played in the 2015-2016 CONCACAF Champions League, and in the group stages, they had DC United and Arabe Unido. And remember that pulsating game against DC United that ended 3-3? Yeah, Montego Bay United had Wozencraft open the scoring. We had Dina Williams on the score sheet, and it looked like Montego Bay United were going to walk away with victory in that game. DC United struck back late with an equalizer as the match ended 3-3, So Montego Bay United has had involvement within the Champions League as well. Portmore United, we've also had Montego Bay United, and also Waterhouse in 2014-2015, the same as well, where Waterhouse defeated Tauro FC twice, Panamanian club Tauro FC 4-1 at home and 2-1 away. And guess what? Tuffy Anderson on the score sheet, you know? So he made his impact from early. DC United progressed from that sort of standpoint. So we've had Jamaican clubs that have gone and win, especially on Central American soil, like Waterhouse did, which is outstanding because Jamaica's record on Central American soil, we know we're starting to improve it and grow and grow and grow. So we're very glad. Can you believe in the CONCACAF League we won a penalty shootout on Central American soil? You know, that is absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant when you put that into perspective of things. So great to have it. And hopefully it's a situation where there's more to come from that sort of standpoint, you know? And then you have to go back to the 2008-2009 season where Harborview was involved. We know the first leg couldn't take place because of Hurricane Gustav. It was supposed to be in Harborview, but Hurricane Gustav stopped things. There was only one leg against Pumas Unam. And that was that really in terms of the Pumas Unam went on, claimed the game 3-0, I believe. But Harborview, mainstay within the CONCACAF Champions League year after year after year. Remember, it was before called the CONCACAF Champions Cup, you know? Okay, March. You're saying that you want the JPL to be in March? You think the league should last longer? Really? It starts in September and ends at June, so you want the JPL to be longer? Really? Why is that? I don't foresee a change where the season starts in March. No, I fully expect it to be a late August, September start and a first week of June finish of the season. And bearing in mind the format of the playoffs and everything like that, yeah, it's going to be quite compelling how next season works. So that should be good. 2008, Portmore United were in the CONCACAF Champions League against DC United. Portmore United in 2006, they took on Club America. And you also had players, for example, Anthony Bennett and Jason Morrison actually score at the Azteca Stadium. That's right, against Club America. So they've actually scored at the Azteca Stadium in the CONCACAF Champions League. And this was 2006, you know. Yeah, quite some time, eh? Well, that's the situation there. Drew Ross, aka Drew Forte, says, "Blessings, Simon. Blessings. How are you? All is well? Hope you're doing good." So that was the rankings index that you see on your screen. But in relation to Portmore United, they've scored goals at the Azteca Stadium before. So Wolves scored at home. Well, the first leg for Jamaica was in Houston. Second leg in 2006 with the Azteca, where Anthony Bennett and Jason Morrison were on the score sheet for Jamaica in that game in particular. Once upon a time, only one spot for CONCACAF. Harborview took on DC United, remember, again, home and away. Luton Shelton was on the score sheet. Yeah. Memories, you know? So yeah, Jamaican clubs have been involved, and I think this was a special one. CONCACAF Champions League 2003. Yep. Arnett Gardens took on Necaxa of Mexico. The first leg, 0-0. Second leg, 1-0 in Mexico. Tight game. Tight game. You know, so very happy to have Jamaican clubs involved. There has been a lot of Trinidadian clubs involved though, especially Joe Public, San Juan Jablete involved in proceedings as well. So they've had their involvement for some time. And then you think about Seba United and their run that they had to the playoffs as well. Yeah, quite some journey. So Jamaican clubs, we're looking to continue the progression. We're looking to continue the growth because the performances that are executed within the CONCACAF Champions League will affect the CONCACAF Club Rankings Index. So the Once Jamaican clubs continue to win, do well, progress further within the CONCACAF Champions League, their coefficient, their rating points, their quality points will also be augmented, and that also means that Jamaican clubs will make strides and will also be elevated within the rankings as well. So that's why it's very important that this happens, so that Jamaican clubs can rise in the rankings, and it will mean more attention on Jamaica, and it will also mean as well that there will be more eyes on them, so that other clubs can be able to watch them, see them, more eyes, because CONCACAF Champions League games are televised all across the globe, and it means that you will have persons that are watching them, whether face to face or on the television. So persons will be able to say, "Wow, look at that gem from Cavalier. We need him right away," and that's what we want. We want the exposure of our talent. We want our talent to be exported. So long may that continue, and I hope that this is the start and continues to be something that grows and grows naturally. That's what we want to see. And I know that for a fact that once we continue those sorts of performances, that it will happen. So it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when, because I think there's tremendous growth within Jamaican football. And I think that the only way from here is up. The only way from here is up. Okay? So that's something that we can be mindful about and reassured about from this sort of standpoint. And just a reminder for those of tuning in, I encourage you, hit the like button, and after you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary. All right, guys? In 1962, the CONCACAF Champions Cup was formed, and the first winner was Guadalajara of Mexico. Guadalajara of Mexico, the first club. Okay? So, yeah. Well, not in pens, but on aggregate. That year, yeah. To win the Champions League. Cavalier. Yeah, Cavalier. That's what I'll say there, Cavalier, you know. Sure. So, very good from that standpoint. Shamar Gordon, what you thought of the game yesterday? Gambia 2, Honduras 1. Yeah, the first 5 minutes was exciting, wasn't it? With Adama Bojang on the score sheet in the opening minute, and then Marco Ascentuno 4 minutes later, and then in the 84th minute, Gambia with that goal. The Dominican Republic game against Nigeria, in compelling as well. The United States getting a victory over Ecuador within the tournament as well. So very pleased and happy about that. And some big games on today. Massive, massive games on today. United States against Fiji at 1 o'clock. New Zealand against Uzbekistan. Argentina against Guatemala. And Ecuador against Slovakia. So 2 CONCACAF teams on store today. And we'll look forward to see how all of this pans out from this standpoint, you know. England, Dane Scarlett on the score sheet, and Daniel Jibison created a good chance as well. So Jamaican heritage players making a good impression at the Under-20 World Cup as well. Dane Scarlett scored a good goal. It's amazing how the progression that he has gone from playing in the Cayman Airways Youth Cup against Cavalier and Harbourview for Tottenham's youth team to be within the Tottenham first team now and playing at a Youth World Cup. Yeah, Dane Scarlett has truly made a good progression. Solid, good progression. And I'm very happy about that. So it's imperative and important. He's 19 and he's going to be 20 next year. He went on loan to Portsmouth this season that just finished. And he scored 6 goals in 37 appearances in all competitions this season. He scored 2 and 4 in the EFL Trophy. But in the league itself, 4 goals in 31 appearances for this season in particular. You know which player a lot of people have been asking about, but haven't seen a lot from? It's Ryan Brewster. He's 23 now. Remember when he was the 17-year-old at the Under-17 World Cup? Yeah. Ryan Brewster is now 23. 23 years old now. He went on loan at Swansea, 10 goals, 20 appearances. Then he moved to Sheffield United. Right? And when he moved to Sheffield United, right? The first season, 30 appearances, so he's getting games. Second season, 4 goals in 16 appearances. And this current season, 1 goal in 16 appearances in the league itself. Well, he's won 2 trophies for club. There's UEFA Super Cup and the UEFA Champions League. And for England, the Under-17 World Cup and the FIFA World Cup Golden Boot and the Bronze Ball. So a lot of accolades from him from that standpoint. We'll see what Barbados will do in terms of being able, if Barbados is going to reach out to him, or if Barbados are going to just call somebody else. Certainly Barbados would enjoy having him on their roster. That's what I would say. Yeah. Who played for Harborview? No. I said Danescar played against Harborview. He played against Harborview and against Cavalier. Man of Valor, everything in time, okay? Everything in time. Okay? Because it's important that all T's are crossed and all I's are dotted. That's important. Incredibly important. Okay? So once that can be achieved, all is well. So that's something to ponder upon and bear in mind as well. So yeah, that is the situation, folks. Mr. Sandman. Malik Mill says big game tomorrow. Yeah, big game tomorrow. Jamaica against Canada. That's going to be at 3 o'clock Jamaica time. Again, that's going to be at 3 o'clock Jamaica time. Jamaica against Canada. Of course, Friday at 5. And Sunday, I think it's going to be at 2 o'clock. So some big games on the horizon for Jamaica. And we look forward to these performances. And we look forward to the growth as well. So it should be good, you know? So I'm looking forward to what lies ahead. Yeah. Exciting times ahead. A lot of football to be played. So there will be some more content today. You're welcome, sir. Charles Burma says, big up Simon, I've been missing all the lives recently. There's a lot of lives you have to catch up on, my friend. You know, there are some videos that were done yesterday in relation to Malik Mothersill, Jojo Lombardo, the Jamaica Premier League being ranked number 1 in the Caribbean, in relation to Leon Bailey and his performances as well. How many wins are needed to qualify for the Copa America? A number of videos have been done in relation to this matter. Jamaica versus Canada preview, Jamaica winning trophies, Jamaica in the 2023-2024 Nations League, and what that means. So there's quite a bit to get through. So I encourage you, please, to go and look at it as well. That is correct, Brando. Jamaica versus Canada in the CONCACAF Women's Under-20 Championship. Jamaica against Canada. That's right. Jamaica against Canada. So that's what we can say from that sort of standpoint, okay? Should be fine, but one day at a time, okay? One day at a time. So remember, Ira Vibes, the World Cup for the Women's World Cup, right, is July 20 to August 20. So in relation to squad announcements for this tournament, for the Women's World Cup, you would not get a date of it until the end of June. In relation to the Gold Cup, I'm going to do a separate video in relation to specific dates, because you have specific dates for the provisional 60-player roster. You also have a provisional date as well for when the teams that are in the preliminaries of the Gold Cup, like Curacao, St. Kitts, St. Martin, are supposed to reveal their dates. And there's also supposed to be a specific date for when the 23 is supposed to be revealed for the Gold Cup itself. So all of this will be revealed in due course. Shamar, it's very early days in relation to the Under-20 World Cup. We've only had a chance to see each team play one game so far. I know the last time Argentina hosted a Under-20 World Cup, they went on to win it, 2001, the World Cup that Jamaica was in. But in relation to this tournament in a whole, we've had some decent performances so far amongst the teams. I know that Slovakia gave a good account of themselves, but I wouldn't necessarily consider them contenders for the tournament. I think Colombia looked good. Nigeria had a pulsating game against Brazil. and England, I think, should have scored 3 against Tunisia. That's how I feel in terms of the group stages. I think France will still be looking to come out of their shell after that early shock to South Korea. But it's early days. Early days within the competition itself. But the Italians, the English look good. So do the Colombians as well. Slovakia are scoring goals. And Argentina. Matt says, I think we should beat Canada. We played a tougher test than Canada so far. It's going to be an exciting game to watch, very much so. Jamaican Youth Travel says, do you know what the JPL can do to improve the ranking of the league? Absolutely. So to improve the ranking of the league, what's important is that the clubs that play within the Caribbean Club Championship and also the Jamaican clubs that play in the CONCACAF Champions League, it's important that the Jamaican clubs have deep runs within these competitions. If the Jamaican clubs have deep runs within these competitions, then the Jamaica Premier League can move from where they are right now, which is 10th within the CONCACAF region, to be much higher. So once our Jamaican clubs do well within these tournaments, like the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup and also the CONCACAF Champions League, then you'll definitely see Jamaican clubs be able to move up within the rankings itself. Discard? No, I don't discard anybody. I don't discard anybody at all. Not at all. Brando says, big game. I'm glad to see that some more quality. We have to remember as well that, in terms of the preliminaries where we had the likes of Honduras and Anguilla, and also Honduras, Anguilla, Bermuda, documentation, but now documentation in terms of citizenship and passports for players, that's been sorted out. So that's why we'll have some more additions to the squad, and we're looking forward to them and their additions. I'm really looking forward to see what Kiki Van Zanten's little sister, Mimi Van Zanten, does. So Kiki and Mimi are sisters. Mimi is the younger sister. As you know, Kiki is short for Kalissa, and Mimi is short for Amelia Van Zanten. Both Kiki and Mimi have played for the United States at youth level, specifically under 15, but it's so great to have Kiki and Mimi now international players for the reggae girls, especially Mimi for the under 20s now. So yeah. So that's what I'll say there. Very important from that sort of standpoint. So looking forward to what lies ahead and the performances that are due to follow. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Let's get this video to 100 likes. Smash the like button. No. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary. All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we'll be able to speak more. Okay? Quite soon. More content to come later today.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts.
Truly refreshing.
And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454.